I don't think we're live. Let's get this damned iPad sorted out. I shouldn't curse. I shouldn't curse. I have a job. It's an important thing. It's just that sometimes these things catch you out when you were not prepared to be doing work. Anyway. And by the way, Stephen, unfortunately, these are only quiet if you route them correctly. And this is not routed correctly at this point. Yeah, it's the tape here is supposed to go behind this roller and then out. But I'll be honest with you, I'm not exactly sure how they realistically do that half the time. Let's give it a shot. I think you have to basically prepare the tape prior to the insertion onto the roll. Because believe me, this one is it's loud. So let's prepare the tape. It's still difficult even when you prepare it. So it's supposed to go behind the roller. There we go. Let's try that. Still noisy. How's that? Is that better? Tape goes on the thing and then wraps around the end of the arm. You know what? There's probably instructions here like this. See, that's what I'm talking about. Wait, they didn't make this easy. What? They're the instructions there. So that there is that. Instructions not clear. I cut my own head off. Tape goes around the small bit at the end of the arm. This? That? What? That? Seriously, how hard is it for him to produce a diagram that... Oh no, I've gone floppy. I'm going to go to the website. It's going to take forever. So it is sort of rich. Screw the iPad. Let's go find out how to properly load this because verbal instructions are not working. Dude. Schematic. What? Come on. I need it bigger. I can't see it. Yeah, huh? Yeah, huh? Oh, okay, so it pre-releases it. Above. Shush now. We'll never speak of this again, okay? Now I can't get it off. Yeah. Why are you being so difficult? There we go. Shit, I've already forgotten. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Oh, so it goes in. You bastards made it look so easy. Right, okay, now I understand. There we go. Ta-da! Magic. But I gotta say, these instructions suck. See, now they would have made that a lot easier if they have put the second pivot point like at the bar and like indicated it there, because that really is a bit ambiguous in a way. And like if they had made it so that whoops, so that you could see the tape running along the bar and then the second wheel there, and then it would have been all very clear. Instead they left out stuff and it, yeah, confusing. All right. I always wondered how they did it so damn quick at the post office. Now I understand. Oh, but it's got a higher screech now. Now it sounds like a kid getting cranky. Yeah, like a 3-year-old toddler chucking a tantrum because you took away their Nintendo, sorry. Yeah, it's just basically pitches up higher. I'm sure the decibels is about the same. Not sure I approve. Hey, John. I mean, I should be right now. I hope, maybe, possibly. By the way, I only ever really tape these up if they're truly, really bad, kind of like this one is. It's a bad user interface if you can use it incorrectly. Isn't that what everyone tells me? It's like with Joey Does Tech, I was just rewriting the USB-C meter software. And it works perfectly great here, and I was happy with it, no troubles, and that was with Windows. Linux obviously worked just fine because, that's natural. And it took me forever to get it to work for him because he had some Bluetooth devices that were registered as, I think it was COM 6 and 7. And yeah, Bluetooth serial devices. Like, what the hell? Anyway, they were taking forever to time out or to just decline or error when you try to open them in Windows using create file. So normally what you do is when you're trying to find your device, you go through the list of devices that Windows has. You look for anything that has the file name format you want. In my case, com star. And then what you do is you try to open it, and if something else has already acquired it, then you should pretty quickly get a response back saying, sorry, this is locked, exclusively locked, you're not allowed in. But instead of it happening within milliseconds, for some reason on this Bluetooth device, it takes 5 seconds to time out and say, nah, sorry mate, can't let you in. So it's very frustrating. Hey there, Harold. Very frustrating that it takes 5 seconds. And of course, I generally write my software in the most caveman fashion I can, which means I don't do any threading. I'll do forks and processes and stuff like that, but I basically don't do threading. And so the startup sequence of my software is it goes through, looks for these ports, and because I'm expecting ports to fail within milliseconds, I don't think much of it, because I think, okay, say you go through 10 ports, that's maybe a second that the user is left sitting there going, what's going on? And then boom, they're up. But yeah, 5 seconds plus for this Bluetooth stuff getting in the way. And of course, it's just a black screen of where my software should be. And Joey's going, it's not working, it's not working. And of course, 6-7 seconds later, after we're like, jib, 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 it pops up and it works. And of course, so I have to go through, do a whole bunch of login, and that's where I find out this Bluetooth stuff's doing a 5-second delay on the create file call. I send a request to Microsoft support for Win32, and they're all like, we can't do anything about it. I'm like, brilliant, guys, brilliant. There's no parameter to speed it up. Nothing that they're aware of. Well, nothing that they're sharing anyway. So, lo and behold, I have to now make a multi-threaded application. I've got one thread doing the searching for the ports and testing it, and the other thread displaying on the screen saying, we are in the process of searching for these ports, and puts a little spinner up and things like that, just so that the user feels like it's doing something. This is nothing against Joey or anyone else. It's just I'm just telling you the story behind what led me to finally do stupid threaded applications. God, I hate. Anyway, threaded applications are marvelous things in theory, and they do work. I will definitely say it's very handy to have, but they also unleash the devil's spawn upon your product. One does not lightly engage the power of threads. Though I will admit, and I know it's awfully late of me on this topic, but I will admit standard threads, like standard snakebite thread in C++ does make it easy-ish. I mean, you still got all the standard protocol issues, or, things like mutexes and race conditions and all that sort of stuff that you've got to still deal with, but at least the process of creating threads and terminating threads and all that sort of stuff is portable now, so thank God for that. By the way, I am aware of the fact that it's pretty much been ratified since 2011, but, well, that tells you how long I haven't done a threaded app. Unreal Engine developer, oh hell no. Actually, to be fair, I do watch the Unreal Engine releases, and I'm quite impressed with what they're doing. It's quite marvelous, rather. Very realistic these days. Try asynchronous protocols and Bluetooth where you get to... Oh, yeah, no, hell no. Yep. See, this is why I don't do that kind of crap, creature, because that just prematurely ages you in a very bad way, and I don't really care to age much more than I already am at this point, at least in terms of rate. Aging at the natural rate is fine. We all accept that, and, we're happy to have that privilege. But accelerating it by doing that kind of crap, no thanks. I've already got cats, that's bad enough. The recent Rivian demo. I haven't seen that one, actually. Believe they're all still P threads, POSIX threads, yeah, just nice reference. Well, if they are POSIX threads, that's great. I think, but that's pretty much my point, really, is that the fact that they've wrapped it into a consistent interface, no matter where you are, that's the beautiful part of it. It's a bit like the standard file system now. Although I'm still getting some issues with that, with some internationalizations. Ach, niemand. Yeah, where it won't read a particular file in a folder or something like that, and I don't know why. Because I'm... Oh, gee, spider, get out of there. Sorry, excuse me while I do this. There's a spider hanging out over there. It would have been cool over there. There's no heater element in that section, but nonetheless. Did not change ISP, it's just luck of the draw, which is actually very unusual because it's a Friday night, which means most people would be home watching stuff, maybe? I don't know. Or gaming? Gaming would be a big thing, yeah. Or creature, maybe it is you who has changed ISP. So, trick question, huh? 2 p.m. you're writing protocol code for BLA Bluetooth Light Edition, eh? Well, creature, you definitely have not got the good job of the day, have you? Yeah, I think I'd very quickly pass on that. Okay. War ist... Oh. Seriously, where is my... It must be in the other box. Still haven't recovered from redoing my office. Workshop, whatever you want to call this place. Ah, there it is. And I'll take your pretty friend too. Right. Yeah, creature, you are now prematurely aging. Alright, so this iPad, I didn't even see whether I turned this off. Yeah, well, it looks well and truly off to me anyway. I am really hoping that this actually is a second screen on this. No, that feels like flipping apple glue. Oh well. A man can dream. It's always such a gnarly process, this. Let's see. Wrong way. Well, Paul, you just managed to make it 10 times worse. Congratulations, Mr. Daniels. Whatever. Yeah, this is just such a gnarly process. No matter what you do, the glass always has fractured the wrong direction, so you can't just glide your blade through. So I'm trying to get it down here because the glass starts fracturing in sort of in... There we go. Haha. See, I had to trick the universe then. Actually, come to think of it, that glided like it was aftermarket. This up here does not. Okay, enough heat, enough heat. This is a 9th gen, by the way, in case people were wondering and didn't read the title. Of course, the last thing I want to do is slip and drive nice long pieces of glass through my fingertip. It's always such a good party trick. Look, instant raspberry jam everywhere. Whee! Look, fainting people. I shouldn't talk. I am one of those sort of people that probably will faint in the sight of other people's blood. If it's my own injury, I'm like, ah, geez, here I go again. But other people's, yeah, I'm sort of like, I think because I can relate too well. So you're like, oh no, I know what that feels like, and then you pass out. Yeah, this has actually been quite stubborn, this one. I was trying to get this off in less than 10 minutes, and then I can race off and sort micro out. That's what the alarm was for, obviously, for micro's injection. Right. This would be a glass replacement. Hopefully just a glass replacement, because if it's a screen replacement, then I'll... Oh no, I just noticed something. They're not going to have Wi-Fi on this. Yeah, I just noticed that their whole Wi-Fi antenna assembly is gone ski. It ain't there. I wonder if the home button's even there. I mean, the main home button itself is there, but that doesn't mean anything. I hate it when you get these sort of jobs where you just start getting a run of jobs. And by the way, yeah, I'm aware of the fact that it's bent. You start getting a run of jobs where it becomes a cascade of issues. You know, it's not just, okay, we've got to replace the digitizer. Instead, it becomes, we've got to replace the digitizer, we've got to sort out the Wi-Fi, we've got to deal with the bend. Yeah, it's... Okay, careful, Paul. Slash your finger doing that. Okay. Okay, this has not been removed before. Yeah, just waiting for it to let go of the screen itself. But yeah, we have lost the one end of the Wi-Fi antenna, so I don't know what we're going to be able to do about that. I don't know whether it's... Yeah, I don't know. Alright, this is separated, so I need to go now and sort out micro. Then maybe I should take the screen out first. Warren, I try my best to save the best ones for night time, yeah, for bedtime. Helps me sleep at night with new nightmares. Pushes out the other nightmares. So yeah, I don't know if it will still pick up anything with Wi-Fi, even if it's reduced range. If it does, then yeah, you know, there's a possibility there of just leaving it as is. You gonna come out, or you need me to? Yeah, needs me to bring in the Reaper. The old sickle. Twing. One day that's gonna catch my finger. I'm gonna hear something different from twang. It's gonna be more like splush. And then you're gonna hear a baby crying. And that'll be me. Yeah. Oh, do not put it on that. I was about to put that adhesive on top of the screen. That would have been hilarious. Okay. Clear. Alright, now I can go and deal with micro. Be about 5 minutes. It's a torch. Yeah, that was fun. Sometimes it's a very quick process, sometimes it is not. Sometimes it's like the toddler that you're trying to get into the bath, but as you try and approach them, they scoot off. Hey, Bodger. I was wondering where you were, so I thought, oh, maybe you weren't aware of it, so yep, went along and did it the forceful way. Okay, so we're going to get the home button off here, which in itself is actually going to be a little bit of a drama. See, England went for a great big change this election. Should be rather interesting. A bit like when Maggie Thatcher was kicked out. But we'll see. I'm actually not sure what's more dangerous to talk about here to the English people. The politics or the soccer or football, whatever you want to call it. In the bin. Hello there, Joey. Wasn't sure whether you would actually be around to see that message or not, but I just thought I'd pass it on to you anyway, nonetheless. Alrighty, so we got that out of the way. So did anyone message whether I'm going to have a situation with regards to the missing Wi-Fi antenna half? Or whether it's just going to be a case of, nah mate, she'll be right. That kind of attitude. Right. Bodger would rather just deal with the cats. Joey, on the other hand, will argue otherwise. Like I said, my only real sort of proper exposure, as it were, to football, was thanks to IT Crowd. Speaking of which, Joey, I'm guessing you still haven't watched IT Crowd. Heathen. Yes, cats are rather enough to deal with. Hello, one new me. Do I watch Euro 2? No, you see, the big problem here is that we just simply don't get that kind of thing on TV. And we certainly don't watch, well, I certainly don't watch free to air broadcast TV. By the way, we do not have to pay for licenses in this country. I've always considered that a bit of an obscure thing that was required. I had my encounter with it when I was living in South Africa because they also required you to have a TV license, as it were, which was kind of funny because I didn't have a TV, but I did have a TV capture card or a receiving card in my computer. So I suppose technically that would have been classified as a TV since it was a device capable of receiving and interpreting broadcast material, so to speak. Anyway, over here in Australia, no, it's just part of your taxes. B-blood, yeah, I mean, alcohol, depends on the alcohol. Sometimes ethanol wins, sometimes isopropyl wins. You sort of, like for iPhone batteries, if you use IPA, it will loosen them up But if you use ethanol, it will really loosen them up. Ethanol, yeah, ethanol gets you where you need to go faster when it comes to iPhone batteries. PVR 350. It was certainly one of the one of those, that brand. It was, but I don't know the exact one. This would have been in 1998 or so, and I had myself a dual CPU. I think they were both 90s, dual Pentium 190s in a digital, the actual brand digital as in DEC server case, and I was running Linux at the time too. It would have been Slackware back then, and amazingly it worked. IPA is less polar. I almost thought you said popular then. I was going to say yes. Well, I can understand why IPA is less popular, because if you drink it, it doesn't feel anywhere near quite the same pleasure as drinking ethanol. So it makes sense. For dragsters, I prefer nitromethanol, or nitromethane rather. But of course that's naughty. You're not allowed to have that much these days. We used to use it for our model aircraft engines. It was a great sort of enhancer for the model aircraft glow engines. Technically, they could run on just the alcohol solution, the standard one, but if you add about 5% nitromethane in them, they really wake up, especially for the smaller engines like the O49s, the O20s, or the O10s even. With the O10, you basically had to run that on pure nitromethane. There was just no way. I don't know how anyone managed to get that thing to run on standard glow fuel, even with 20% nitromethane. You needed everything. Otherwise, it would just go, run a bit and then splutter out. Stephen W. Yeah, I saw the new Apple proposal of their electrically release tape. I kind of wonder what sort of path they're taking us down with that. Based on Apple's history, it's going to be another trap. Okay, this camera is ticking me off. Let's see, what do I want? I want more distance up there, or you want to get that way, but that's not good enough. So I want it back to me more. We'll leave it like here for now. Methanol. Methanol makes you blind drunk, yes, quite literally, as you say. And kills you. In many ways, surviving wood alcohol poisoning and then being blind is probably worse than just dying. I don't know. I don't want to find out. The border is not equal. Oh, Crimea River. Bring out your Justin Timberlake. Very handy having these straight blades. It's even-ish. Look at this. Even-ish. It's good enough-ish for it to be even-ish. Of course, it's Bodger that's complaining. Well, it's understandable that you would be like that, Mr. Bodger, given your history, your working history. Ah, man, I can't believe they managed to wipe out that Wi-Fi antenna. The stub is still there, but the actual, this portion here is just being torn clean off. Now I can get replacements, and goodness knows I would have replacements, but I am in no mood to tear those out. I don't think. I'll have to have a quick look at the iFixit guide or something like that, and see what's required to replace the antenna assemblies. But from memory, let's see, what have we got? They're coming up here. Might not be the worst. We'll have a look. I'm feeling a tad exhausted from all the yard work I've been having to do, thanks to Milo getting out the other day. Yes, Bibla, certainly is. It's kind of trapezoid. It's not even a proper trapezoid. Half the problem is finding a good camera holder, gimbal holder. Like all I'm using there to hold that camera is a microphone. The kind of like the twin boom, lightweight twin boom microphone stands. That's all I've got it hanging on. And of course the camera, this one's you're a Sony AX33 or something like that. Yeah, it's a handy cam. So it's got a fair bit of weight behind it, and naturally it taxes that poor little microphone stand quite a bit. The only thing is I don't actually have any spare 9th gen Wi-Fi assemblies. I might have like 6, maybe a 7th gen, but I definitely wouldn't have a 9th gen. Another piece of glass. Yeah, B-Blood, that's probably what he's doing, yeah. Like I say, he's only escaping because he's not escaping in the sense of you wanting to like run away or anything like that. He's just curious, yeah. He wants to know what's on the other side of that colorbond fence, because see, they used to be able to see what was on the other side of the colorbond fence before we put the colorbond fence there. It used to be a mesh fence, like the ones that you've probably seen elsewhere in the yard. And of course, with the mesh fence, they can, just go up to them, have a look outside, see what's going on out there. The colorbond, no such luck. So what I kind of envisage doing is creating a great big sort of pyramid, or I don't know the word I'm after. But anyway, a lookout stand in the yard that elevates them well above the height of the colorbond, so that then they can climb up on that, have a good old look out there, and feel content. Of course, the fact... Oh, there goes Mo. Yep. Mo, what are you doing, you little idiot? You gonna say hello? He's just jumped on the air conditioner. Oh, yeah, really, buddy. Mo, you're interfering with great work here. I have to go get him off the air conditioner now. Seriously, what? Mole, what are you doing? Oh boy. Never a dull moment. This is why I don't get much work done. I'm looking here. We'll even go full screen for you. No. How's that? There we go. Say hello to everybody, mate. You don't want to do. Right. Really? No? What's the matter? Oh? What's up? You can go back out now? Good. Trying to go back out. Alright, I've got about 10 minutes before he does that again. He's not going to be. He's going to do his best to make sure I don't get work done tonight. And then he wants me to. He wants me to finish up, have a shower, go lie in the bed, watch some YouTube. He does have his preference on what sort of videos to watch. Yeah, he doesn't care about the fact that, Daddy needs to get work done so Daddy can afford to pay for the hungry little mouths. It's very hard to convey that across to him. He wants his personal heater. That's pretty much it. Yeah, personal heater and chosen shows. But Joe, I missed it. Someone said stupid cat. Someone's gonna get banned. He does need a window seat. Yeah. Some people have children, human children. Some people don't. Some people can't. Right. Okay, this has already got a spacer on it. So I have to separate the rings here. Should have stuck with furry kids. Alright, now the trick with this particular process is to make sure that the adhesive stays on the rubber part and doesn't just suddenly let go and say, I love you, plastic, and ruin everything. There we go. Has this one got its little dot? Yeah, okay, this one's got its little dot, thank God. I don't want to go through that again, like the last time that we did an iPad and it didn't have the little dot. That was hilarious. Boom, boom, boom. Somebody needs a hot glue stick. Yeah, there's supposed to be a great big hot glue stick around here, but well, looks like we'll just have to use the gooey end of this stick. Another piece, please, good sir. Of hot glue, not of my flesh. Hello there, laptop. Come on, I gave you guys like 15 minutes warning. In this modern age, why does it even take you that long? Okay, so for getting this hot glue under control, we drop it to 150. Oh, ticking me right off there, buddy. Nanomoles. Sounds like Moles is fast becoming a dissident of this channel. I might have to give him his independence soon. The date's about right too. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay. I hate the fact that there's always this styrofoam crap on here. And yet, there's no styrofoam in the packaging, but I'm suspecting they get shipped from China in styrofoam boxes. And then they get repackaged into fancy packaging domestically or something like that. Personally, I find styrofoam perhaps one of the worst things. Theoretically, it's perfectly recyclable and all that sort of stuff, but the trouble with styrofoam is that it gets dirty very fast, and it's extremely hard to clean styrofoam. You can't just wipe it or anything like that because your dirt gets in amongst the gaps between the expanded balls. So as a consequence, you don't really recycle a lot of it because it always carries a lot of trash with it, and you can't sort of prepare it cleanly enough before you dissolve it again, I guess, or render it back to its basic material again, polystyrene. Anyway, so yeah, that's the problem with the polystyrene. Expanded polystyrene specifically. Okay. Yeah, creature. Totally can see that picture right now. Of course I can't. I'm on the wrong machine. I'll have to have a look at that after. Is this going to be one of your Loki dog? I just noticed the battery's got some pimples too. You can't probably see them, but yeah, there's little pimples popping up. Must be a teenager iPad. As for this Wi-Fi, I think I'm just gonna have to seal it up and see. It's not even 3G one. Geez, I hope I'm not making a furphy here. Creature, do you really buy them for your dog, or are you buying them for yourself? Are you a closet, what do they call those things? A furry? Nah. It's like, it's a costume for my dog, honest. It's like, why is it human size? It's like, I've got a big dog. Checks out. Not that I've got anything against anyone doing that. There's actually quite a lot of work that goes into those things. I mean, any costumes for that matter. You get a Comic Con, stuff like that. That's hard work. Dedication. Putting yourself on the line. Never done anything like that myself, but like I said, I can appreciate the work that goes into it. Imagine 3D printers have probably helped a bit. Savage? Hardly. Paul, what? Paul knows. I see. Oh, right, yeah. I wear my cat fur all the time. Sheesh. Yeah, I wake up in the morning and I'm already ready to go. Because they've been applying it to me in my sleep. Kind of like when human children put makeup all over their fathers or something like that while they're sleeping. If that ever actually happens, I don't know. See it in the movies, doesn't mean it's true. Ugh. I guess the hard thing, one thing I found difficult with growing up, like, I'm over 50 now. The hard thing is sometimes accepting that you actually may still carry things that you like from your childhood or something like that, particular shows you watch or something like that. And often it can be just simply because, it's the happier times or whatever, simpler times for most of us. For an unfortunate few, perhaps not. And so it's often nice to retreat back to that. There's a sense of comfort in it. but at the same time, you can also feel a sense of social shame, I suppose, because you're like, "Whoa, what am I doing? I'm watching something that from my youth, and I'm not sure everybody would get it, so to speak." For a while there was when I was going through a particularly dark phase in my life. I was barely more than When I say barely sleeping, I mean I'm already not sleeping well enough, but I mean really not sleeping. I would like be waking up every 5 minutes, checking to make sure I could still see, that I hadn't gone blind, and I was basically a massive train wreck. Just completely went off the cliff. Too much stress, all that sort of stuff. And one thing I would get up in the morning though to watch would be Timmy Time, which is basically the kids version, or the kidder version of Shaun the Sheep. Timmy does feature in the movies Shaun the Sheep as just like one of the little sheep, lambs rather. But yeah, so I would get up in the morning to watch that, just simply because it was a very small glimmer of mindless happiness in the morning. Illuminated sign of the ceiling, you're not blind. Until you get retina burning from not closing your eyes. But yeah, I mean, that was a legitimate problem I was having, because the stress that I was under was causing me to have partial retina delamination, or bubbles would appear between my retina and the rest of the eye, and that would result in a great big white flash in that particular area of the vision, and that would last for anything from a couple of seconds to several days. And then after that, it would only reappear after you've shut your eyes and then open your eyes again, which is kind of the opposite of the persistence of vision that people often get. Like if you look at bright light for enough and then you shut your eye, you can still see the light. But this was the opposite. This was a case of you would close your eyes, open them up, and then you would see all the spots in your vision where you had suffered from partial delamination of your retina. So yeah, so that was fun. Anyway, that wasn't when I was a kid. That was when I was in my late 30s. So yeah, that was really rough. Do I use CBD? No, nothing like that. No. But anyway, that's like 12, 15 years ago now. Thankfully, things are a lot better, but it did require a massive lifestyle change. But needless to say, things are substantially better now. Hopefully that progresses all the way through to me closing this iPad up. In retrospect, I was already predisposed to the situation. I remember at university, I would wake up in the morning and I couldn't eat until about midday, and I would probably throw up 2 or 3 times in the morning, and then I'd be fine. I'd be fine. Just get on with life and then do it again the next morning. And I went to the doctors, and they ran all the usual tests. There was a few things out of whack, but nothing substantial. And in the end, for better or worse, the doctor just simply said, "Look," he says, life's a bit rough on you in your head. You maybe consider having a shot of something strong at night before you go to bed." And that was about the end of it. But of course, I didn't take that advice, didn't care to. But needless to say, yeah, so it was something that was lurking all along. Yeah, the tab didn't tear this time. It did the last time. Well, one of the previous times it did. That was very frustrating. Okay, so now I've got to heat up this bottom section here because I didn't cut back the spill out of the hot glue. And so there's a little bit of a lump there, and it's causing this section to protrude up. But that's fine. We just warm it up a bit, push it down, and it's good. Hey, Mr. Cosgrove. I'm sure I've still got to send you back your machines. I do apologise, good sir. Hey, Pedro. Oh, John, you're on medical. It's easy to get in Brisbane, however. It's probably actually not that hard to get from just up the road here. I just don't know about it. Miles, the only trouble is I can't test the home button until I've sealed it down. But I will, make sure it works. Well, we didn't even test to see if the screen worked. Hey, g'day there, Graham. How's things? Very disappointed in you, Graham. No stream no podcast last weekend, all because of Murukto. You left us all high and dry. We're all ready, had the popcorn, had the cider ready, everything. And then it turns out that you didn't even stream. I hope it was worth it. By the way, there's a new version of the Windows software for the USB-C meter out now. Hey, Cecilia, why do I keep saying Celia? That's really annoying. It's annoying me. I'm supposed to say Cecilia. Let's see. Okay, we just had a flash over. Oh dear. That actually doesn't look good. This is where you're supposed to test these things first, Paul. It's just on the usual website, on the sale page, the shop page. It's the same download file. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, I didn't change the version number. Okay, we had a display flash over, but then that's it. Oh, right. Okay. So, right. Yeah, actually, Joey Does Tech still hasn't sorted out his ring light yet. He's sorted out the USB-C meter, but the ring light's yet to come. I did, however, put him onto those PC cables that you got me onto. Yeah, the ones that can do most of the different things. This one here. So, yeah. So long as the laptop isn't expecting the signal from the power brick or something, but yeah, it works well. It's got me out of a lot of problems already. Yeah, the current is normal, but it's not. I'm not sure if I plugged in the display right, but I'm pretty sure I did. I felt it clip. Certainly, charging's no problem. I guess we'll see. I mean, admittingly, when I did test it before I disassembled it, nothing came up, so. However, usually you would see, at this point, you would see the little charging symbol saying, you need to charge me. So, let's see, pull it out. Oh, I saw it flash back, so I'm not getting any data on display, it seems. Yeah, I don't think I'm getting data on display there. No, something's wrong. Good thing these aren't the most expensive things in the world. You see the banana bend in it? I don't know if you can. But I wasn't overly worried about that banana bend because it's on the battery side, and on the board side, it's pretty straight. Hey, Hexaboard, yes, closing before testing creates bad juju. Yeah, you see, when I do that, I can see the tone of the display change. Let's see if I can get it up on display. Yeah. It doesn't look right. It's reflecting too much light. It should be black or just slightly off, and it's not. It's not backlight. Yeah, see, it just went back to the darker color then. And now it's come up. It's almost like the bad data connection. Anyway, forget about the 3332 not opening. Upgraded the software and it's fixed. Wait. 3332 not opening. Wait, what was not opening? Sorry. What's weird is it's not even displaying normal sort of display behavior. Sucks to be me. I'm going to have to open this up. Good on Yez. Oh, right. Okay, yes, of course. Sorry, for some reason I thought you were on the latest version. Because funnily enough, someone did also have that issue, and I'm not sure what it was, but yeah. God damn it. Sucks to be me. It sucks to be me. I've got to open an iPad again. At least you get 2 goes at this. Should have tested it. Try a hard reboot. Sort of like up. You're talking about like up, down, hard. Yeah, see, it just goes pale. It's definitely not what I would consider standard behavior. I'm more thinking I basically haven't. Honestly, it feels like I haven't aligned the connector properly, or we actually have a faulty LCD. Oh, Surfaces. God. Every time someone sends me a Microsoft Surface, I have a renewed hope that I'm going to be able to fix it, and I can't. It's just sort of like, not this time again, Mr. Daniels. It's either a part I can't find, a fault I can't find, or yeah, it's something. And I really do want to fix these Microsoft Surfaces, but it's just not happening. It just doesn't work. Yeah, so hopefully the heat will allow me to get the spudger back in. But of course, see, the trick is you don't want to be I am using alcohol here just to wash it. You don't want to use alcohol at this point again, because if you use alcohol, you're going to change the glue, and it's not going to rebond when you do stick it back together. I just send him to Bill. Poor Bill. Why do you do that to Bill? What did he ever do? He's just trying to be a good citizen. Sending it to Bill. Oh wait, are you talking about iPads or Surfaces? Because iPads, yeah, fair enough. Surfaces? What the heck is coming down up here? It's some manner of substrate dragging across the display there. This is becoming by far the worst job I've done today. And I've only done 2 jobs. Wow, okay. As long as we don't break it, we're good. There we go. So now, at least I haven't damaged the adhesive too badly, so I can get away with... It'll just need a bit more heat and a little bit more encouragement with the clamps. But it will sit down. I've had them up to 3 times that I've done this, but that's pretty much the end of it. Try hammer the LCD to turn it on. Well, it's weird that that flipped up actually. It doesn't normally get snagged like that. Anyway. I just didn't think to even check the LCD because it doesn't look damaged at all. To be fair, it could just... Yeah, let's hope it's not a board issue. Look, put it this way. If it is a board issue and it's not something I can fix, it's not the end of the world that I used up a digitizer. I mean, these ones aren't the cheap. These are the most expensive ones I can get. But even that's not too expensive. It's a sort of loss that you can certainly take if you had to. Yeah, that connector is in solid and proper. There's nothing wrong with that connector. And I can't see anything wrong with the display, which makes me now start to think we've got a issue here. I don't know. Oh, you can see where the pimple has ejected. There. I'll plug it in again, see if it does the same thing, but I have a feeling we've actually got a logic board issue. Yeah, see, it just goes grey. That's not normal behavior. 9th gen. Jeez, Paul, did you throw out that test 9th gen you had? I have a feeling I threw out a test 9th gen. Is this the same? I have a horrible feeling this is actually a 7th. Oh no, this might be 9th. Yeah, this might be 9th. This probably doesn't work. Well, I genuinely would not be able to tell the difference between these two if I had to. So I'm going to assume this is 9th gen, but I don't know that it works. Unfortunately, it's not a backlight issue. If anything, the backlight is the only thing that is working. Okay. Either that or it's just the LCD and then the reflection of the lights above is what's creating the effect. Yeah, so this comes up. This actually comes up for the display. Yeah. So that is a faulty display. That sucks. At which point this machine, this iPad essentially is no longer really economical to repair, unfortunately. Especially that it's got a busted Wi-Fi assembly on it. So that pretty much puts an end to that. I'll just simply say to him, look, sure I can replace it, but I'd sooner say you just put your pennies towards a new iPad or find yourself another 9th gen or something like that, but don't put any more money into this one. Because if that LCD is busted, then you got to wonder what sort of shock it went through. Notice crush mark on the back of screen where the board shield has hit it, Was that a crush mark or was that the pimple that I was talking about? I've got a pimple there, pimple there, pimple there. That's the other thing. The battery would have to be replaced. I don't see any crush marks, creature. There's a little bit of... I don't know what's... I think that marking that's in there, it's not a deformation. It's... I can see, though, that it's twisted. It's definitely twisted. But then again, these things don't exactly have a lot of self-support, so... Oh, no, yeah, I can see it now. Here. Down here. It's bent. But these things can normally take a hell of a beating. What's interesting, there's no fracture mark. You really would not pick that. But yeah, it's bent too much. So somehow or another, that bend plus shock did actually kill that display. Hey, Mr. Morgan. Yeah, we're just sort of dead-ending an iPad 9, unfortunately. A part too expensive to change out. Let's have a look at what they cost me. Let's see. I agree with you on that, Miles, definitely. The thinness war is just particularly for situations that don't really... And you end up putting it in a case that triples the thickness regardless. So you may as well have a thicker device that can survive. But then again, if it can survive, that's not what they want in the first place. Okay, let's see. Let's see schematics. Let's see parts. iPad 9. I hate that the store does not remember that I always want highest price first. And as it turns out, oh wait, there we go, out of stock. Okay, so it's like $90 for a display. Add GST, so it's $100. We'll ignore postage because I usually bring a lot of things in at the same time. So it's $100 for the display. Let's say another 100 just to fit it, along with everything else. And then there's the glass, this is 150 to do the glass alone. So all of a sudden you're looking at 350, yeah, even 300. Let's call it 300. And yeah, people can go, well, I can get a second-hand one that works for that, so I'm going to go get that. And then, like I said, we still got the Wi-Fi issue. And we do not have access to replacement Wi-Fi parts, it seems. So yeah, so that pretty much kills it in my opinion, which is a shame because yeah, they're pretty good iPads, but when you push over that 1/3 threshold, it's basically over. Less than this sort of pad. There's a line 2-inch from the edge along the shield, matches the line shield on the battery. Let's see that there. Okay, this is what Creature's talking about. There's a line along here, and yeah, that's where it made contact with we've got the display coming up now on this. That's where it impacted with the shield on the PCB. But that in itself isn't actually too unusual with these. Very easy to press that display down onto the shield. The real damage is actually what occurred on the far side, the opposing side. That's where the real damage occurred. Actually, you know what? I could be wrong. I don't know. I would have thought that it would be the other. Because stamped imprint, yeah, overall it still just doesn't make sense to me, in all honesty. It really doesn't. Normally when you have these panels fail, they'll have streaky lines, or they don't very often fail completely like this. I think that, yeah, that's adhesive bonded in, that's fine. Bit of glass there. About the only way I'm gonna acquire any sort of money from this job is if they want their data. And I have a feeling they probably won't. If they say, oh, we need the information off it, and I'm like, fine, we can do that. So this is the line that Creature's referring to. Tad bright there, Mr. Daniels. Back it off. Yep, there we go. It could also be that something got damaged in here. So basically at this point, it's not producing any sort of data output. Connector looks fine. Dead. Anyway, that's the way it goes. You win some, you lose many more. So I don't know when they'll probably turn up tomorrow around about lunchtime, and I'll just have to. Fortunately, they are a customer who's been here plenty of times before. They've had a lot of iPhones repaired by me, so at least we will be starting from a position of assumed sort of trust, as it were, as opposed to you're trying to scam me. Well, either of us feeling that way. So hopefully they'll probably just sort of go, oh well, no worries, toss it. If they go for the toss option, then I might see if I can acquire it. I don't know what I'm going to, parts maybe. I've got a few iPads and I just don't use them. It's it's kind of one of those things where you think, cool, I've got an iPad, what am I going to do with it? I don't know. About the only thing I can think of is if I had a proper front desk or front fence set up, a little building or something out there, like a little train switch building. Pardon me. I could have an iPad out there, and just so that you can mark off customer jobs or anything like that. But anyway, all right. Well, that's about the end of it for me tonight. It's 20 past 11. Joey, if you're still around, are you about to stream? You're probably not. Use it to run a game for the kiddies. Yeah, it's also possible. Although I've got, a couple of 6th and 7th ones that I could use for that. Test screen took a while to light up. Was it similar? No. The reason why it took a little while to load up is because it was still in charging. So when I initially placed it in there and pressed the power button, it immediately came up with the battery symbol. It's just that you can't see it under these lights. And then once it had charged up, that's when it fired up, and it was fine from what I can tell. So, yeah. All right. Thank you all for watching. Sorry we didn't have a full win, but it was fun anyway. Bit of practice. And I'll see you on the next one. In the meantime, you'll take care. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you later.